Hi everyone, welcome back to For the Love of Dogs. I'm Arthur E. Benjamin, the founder of American Rescue, and I'm joined by Farrah White and my rescue dog, Bandit.
And later in the show, we'll tell you how you can vote for Bandit to be a Hero Dog of the Year. But before we get to that, let's start today's show with another hero, one who rescues dogs off the streets.
Our friend J.P. Bonnelly with Duck Team 6 is back, along with Pat Rodriguez and Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
Both are here with exciting details about this street dog and their first ever fundraising gala. Hi, JP. Pat, how are you?
Hi, guys. We're doing great.
Hi, Captain. How are you?
Go say hi to Arthur. Go say hi.
Hey, Captain.
Oh, say
Hey,
hi.
boy.
Sounds sweet.
He's a sweetie.
He's a good boy.
Beautiful brindle.
Yep. Yeah. We got lucky with him.
Well, can you tell us why this event is so significant for you?
Well, it's our premiere, first ever gala. It's a chance for us to fancy up a little bit and show off the dogs that we've rescued and the efforts we've done. Have a little fun and raise a little money.
And you're having it out at?
We're having it, Massey Cadillac is our...
In Garland?
In Garland is our main sponsor, and we're having it at their dealership.
Nice.
So they've opened their doors for us, and we'll have, the red carpet, the works.
So when you first started Duck Team 6, did you ever think that it would get to something like this?
No, it's grown rather quickly. The need is just so demanding that's out there. It's just a constant battle every day, and it keeps you quite busy. So we continue to grow, and with growing, there comes growing pains. And so we're, even though a lot of us have been in rescue for a long time, we're learning a lot of new things as we go, and how to handle the organization and do the best we can for the dogs that we find.
Tell us a little bit about Captain.
Captain, I think Pat has his story.
Yeah, Captain Jack, here, let me get this out of the way. Captain Jack is one of the group of street dogs that our street team, who's headed up by May Nguyen, she feeds a lot of the dogs in this Fair Park area. And I think we've had several dogs kind of have puppies underneath churches in that area. And one, I think it was sometime in January, I get a phone call from Rekka, and the team had been out in the Fair Park area feeding the dogs, and they saw Captain Jack. I think it was the first time they'd seen him in a while, and then two other dogs with him, Betsy and Goldie. And Rekka called me and said, can you come down and bring the trap? So I brought the trap, and we set a trap up, and with Captain Jack wasn't hard to catch. You just put a leash around him, right? I mean, he's a lover. But the other two dogs were a little bit more difficult, and one of them went into a trap. We got her, and that was Goldie. And then Betsy was kind of skirting around the area, and she actually started to leave, but they had like 13 hamburgers. And so they kept throwing the hamburgers out there for her, and she finally came close enough, and we call it the BAN. But because this is a family show, I'll call it the Big Awesome Net.
Okay.
We call it something else.
Yes.
We had the Big Awesome Net, and one of the guys used the Big Awesome Net to put it over the other dog, Betsy, and we finally got all three of them.
That's a neat story. How many dogs do you think you've saved this way?
Oh, we have an exact count. We're just over 500.
Wow.
Yep, we reached 500, I think in January, February. So we're probably now up to 540.
And you started with 4 people. How many people?
We have about 200 volunteers that have applied and signed up for us. We have a very active base, our core base, and it just, it's just, like I said, it's growing like wildfire.
Remind people just a little bit about how it all started for you, because there are some viewers that maybe haven't seen you on the show before. So give them just a quick synopsis of how you got into rescue.
Yeah, well, we've been, myself and I know Pat's, we've both been in general rescue for quite a while with other groups and organizations in North Texas. And a couple of us were called out to try and catch the dog, this is a few years ago, that was running loose on LBJ. It caused a little stir. And we went out there with one of our buddies, Richard Hunter, used to be a radio guy here in Dallas, and we helped him catch that dog. And then word got out, so we had Jack, the church dog, and word got out, and it just kind of started building slowly, and we accidentally got organized, and here we are. But it started basically, the success I think comes by, also obviously having a wonderful volunteer base, great supporters, and wonderful fosters. But the social media has really, gotten the word out and, blown us up a lot. So.
Now, is that how you got involved with Massey Cadillac? How did that
Yes,
happen?
one of our volunteers works for the auto group.
Oh.
And she introduced us to Tom Bias, who's the GM at Massey, and who's a dog lover himself, and opened up his doors to us and has been very supportive of the organization. We've had some dogs out there with some photo shoots where we, team them up with a, nice, pretty Cadillac and get their shot. So,
What can people expect at Canines and Cadillacs?
well, that's a good question. I think it's going to be kind of a, it's a little formal, but it's going to be fun. So we want to kind of combine those two, and just come in. We're going to have a wonderful singer there who's kind of like a Rat Pat singer, and so he's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have an artist doing a canvas of some of our dogs that
What's
we're going
that?
to auction off.
What's that? He said he wants to know if he buys a Cadillac that night, that he gets a rescue dog, or whether he takes a rescue dog, does he get a free Cadillac?
Well, we could probably work that out with Thomas. So, but it'll be fun. I want folks to come out, have a good time, relax, enjoy the people that are there, enjoy the conversation, and we're going to have some great food and snacks and beverages that everybody can enjoy.
Well, that'll be fun, and a lot of people can learn more.
Yeah.
I guess your ideas about street dog rescue and maybe a silent auction.
Yes,
things
we'll have
like that.
we have a huge silent auction. Our sponsors have been very generous, and I think right now we're over $28,000 in donated
Holy
product.
cow! That's great.
Yep.
Congratulations.
So we're hoping for a big night.
So how do people find out about this great event?
We actually have a website specifically for it, caninesandcadillacs.com. You can go out, check it out. You can register. You can check out our amazing sponsors online and sign up. Tickets are going to go fast, and we hope to see you out there.
And that's on the 26th?
The 26th.
Okay, so as JP mentioned, the Canines and Cadillacs Gala is on Saturday, April 26th at Massey Cadillac in Garland. Visit caninesandcadillacs.com for more information, and if you want to know more about Duck Team 6, go to duckteam6.org.
Still to come today, did you know this is Pet First Aid Awareness Month? Well, next up, what you need to know about keeping your dog safe this special month. Stay with us.
Every year, families in North Texas unknowingly spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in support of neglect, abuse, and disease. When you buy a puppy from a parking lot or flea market, you could be supporting the cruelty of puppy mills that profit from dogs bred in abusive conditions. Help us stop the cycle. To learn how, go to spca.org/no-puppy-mills and take the puppy pledge.
My name is Teresa. This is Scooter.
My name is Amber. This is Duke.
I'm Dr. Dixon, and this is Annie.
I'm Emily. This is Jackson.
I'm Kelsey, and this is Skittles.
My name is Miko. This is Chloe.
My name is Ty. This is Callie.
My name is Tamar. This is Simon.
My name is Renee. This is Snowball.
My name is Dr. Miller. This is Fletcher.
My name is Eric. This is Sport.
My name is Stacy, and this is Britches.
And I'm a pet lover first.
And I am a pet lover first.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. As we mentioned, April is Pet First Aid Awareness Month. The theme for this year is Don't Learn by Accident. Let's prevent 1 million pet ER visits.
Who better to help us prevent any unnecessary injuries than our pet first aid expert, Beth Bowers, with Dallas Pet First Aid. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Yay,
We're happy to be
You know,
back.
last night, I thought I was going to need your help. Bandit and I were out walking. It's now a week ago, but Bandit and I were out walking in this horrendous, like there had been some tornadoes, and we got picked up just like a little bit off the ground, and I thought, Auntie M, Kansas.
Right?
Clicked my heels 3 times.
I can see you and Bandit being just picked up, swooped up.
Just taken into that tornado.
It's glad you're here. What
Well-
would they have done? What could they have done?
Well, I don't know. I would have wound up in Kansas.
Well, she's got a bag of tricks there.
Yeah,
that
what would we have
possibly
done?
Prevented.
Well, I have a new seminar that we're teaching, which is it's called Pet Preparedness for Natural Disasters, and so it's in addition to my pet CPR class that I teach, and so it's just kind of a spin-off on that. You know, there's a lot of things that you need to know for emergencies that are day-to-day stuff, but here in Texas, we have a lot of natural disasters, and last year we had a ton of them. So tornadoes, unfortunately, are common here, hailstorms, you know, and we prepare people for everything from a flood to a house fire, to tornadoes, hurricanes, and even earthquakes too. So we go over all that in the new seminar, but there's a lot of stuff that you can kind of get prepared ahead of time.
What kind of stuff do you need, and what are the common injuries?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of injuries just in general from things flying, if it's a tornado, or things being thrown at you or anything like that. And so, you know, you should always have your pet first aid kit, which is stock full of all sorts of things. There's some great ideas on my website, actually, for things to put in your pet first aid kit.
See, a lot of people, I'm sure, think about having first aid kits, or if they finally get around to having a first aid kit for themselves, they don't maybe take the necessary steps that need be to have a pet first aid kit. So listen out there, people. You have your first aid kits, and your pet also needs a first aid kit. So tell us what they need to put in it.
Well, and so the pet first aid kit is part of the disaster preparedness kit. So there's 2 kind of kits. The pet first aid kit has all sorts of things like a temporary muzzle, emergency muzzle, and it's anything that could look like a leash. And so we teach how to do this in the class, but it's very simple. Come here, Ernie. It's very quick, and immediately you can do something like this with a leash, and you can protect yourself, protect them, and protect the people around you, because any pet that is in pain or going to be moved into pain can and will bite. And so this actually prevents him from even reaching up and pulling this off, like a lot of muzzles. And a lot of your standard muzzles like this, you know, they reach up and they pull off. And in an emergency, obviously you don't want to do that.
That also comes in handy for Christmas.
It makes him a Christmas bow.
And Valentine's Day. No, but also it could be helpful for people who are getting stray dogs off of the street that are not quite sure what's going to happen.
Temporary emergency muzzles are incredibly important, and it's one of the skills we teach in our pet CPR class. In addition to that, you want to have at least a 3-day supply of food and water. Obviously, I brought small amounts for display, but you want to have a good supply of food and water. Now, if you have just your dry food and your dog doesn't eat canned, then make sure you change it out every couple of months so that it doesn't expire or get bad. You can have canned food because obviously it's perishable, lasts a little bit longer. Just make sure it's either a pop top or you have a can opener. Things like, you know, scissors and duct tape are always good to have in any emergency because you never know when you're going to need it. One of the great tips that I love to give people is when you think you may be separated from your animals, Sharpie them. Write your name and your phone number on the inside of their ear or on their belly. So that if nobody can scan a microchip or their ID tag ever gets separated from them, they've got some sort of an identification to you.
That is brilliant.
That is.
Yeah. That is brilliant.
Actually, I have to give credit to Christy Howard with 3 Dog Bakery actually gave me that idea.
That is brilliant.
So yeah, it's a great idea to do. Make sure you have their medications, slip leads, which are very easy leashes. You don't have to have a collar to have them, and if the dog gets fearful and tries to pull back, it tightens on their neck so you don't have another emergency.
Right.
You also want to make sure you have bowls and information on each of your pets. Now this is really important. So this is just a folder that you can keep all of your pets' information. On the front is all of your information, each of your pet's names, their species, color, microchip number, if they're male, female, and their name. And then each individual dog has their information. It's really important that you have their microchip numbers recorded so that in an emergency where you do get separated from your pets, you have a way to keep that information current, because a lot of people have their dogs microchipped and they forget to update their information. They move, they change phone numbers, because it's just one of those things you just don't think about. So it's really, really important to make sure that your microchip information is current and that you always have somebody out of the area too that's
How would
listed.
you make your microchip number current?
You just need to call the company that has the microchip, and you can actually register your microchip with Home Again, any microchip number with Home Again, or if it's an Avid chip or 24 Pet Watch, find out who the company the chip is through, call them, and any of the microchip companies can actually register that number, but just update your information and make sure it's current.
And how do you find out who the chip is through? It's right on the chip when you scan it?
You can actually call Home Again and they'll tell you who actually registered the chip.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, and so do you actually teach seminars on this?
Yeah, we
How
teach.
often do you do it?
Well, we've got several in April and a couple of different seminars. So we have Knowing Your Pet's Health coming up in May. We also have a hiking and walking, and those are free. And we actually give part of our donation, we give a donation back to several different rescues, which people can pick. So I do it for free and give the money back to the rescue. We also do the Pet Preparedness for Natural Disasters coming up May 4th. And then I have a Pet CPR and First Aid seminar on April 27th.
Now, where are these usually, and and you said most of them are free?
Well, the hiking and walking and Knowing Your Pet's Health are free. I give the money back to different rescues.
Nice.
The natural disasters and the Pet CPR and First Aid are not free, but absolutely worth every bit of the money.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
those are the big ones. Those are the longer seminars. So we have a new location that we're holding all of our seminars, and it's going to be at the All for Fun Training and Event Center in Addison.
Oh,
So,
great.
Yeah,
Good for
we're
you.
excited about it.
We'll have to come and check those out. And
Yeah.
you can actually probably scroll through at American Dog Rescue on some of our older shows and watch her with Ernie on the table. He's getting some CPR.
So to find out more about any of Beth's seminars or Dallas Pet First Aid, visit Beth's website, dallaspetfirstaid.com, dallaspetfirstaid.com, or follow her on Facebook or Twitter.
Up next, our rescue story of the week, plus how you can vote for Bandit. Vote for Bandit. So stay with us. VoteForBandit.com.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Crow, and I'm a musician and a mother, and this is Buttercup. She's also a mother, but not by choice. She's a survivor of a puppy mill. Buttercup spent her life in a dirty wooden hutch, forced to produce litter after litter. She never went to a veterinarian or a groomer. She never had a soft spot to rest or a kind touch. She existed this way in cruel isolation year after year. Puppy mills are mass production factories where mother dogs suffer their entire lives, producing nearly 100% of puppies sold in pet stores and on the internet. When these dogs are no longer able to produce, they are often destroyed. Buttercup's nightmare ended the day Animal Rescue Corps saved her life. She finally knows what it means to have a loving family, but for the millions of dogs suffering in the estimated 15,000 puppy mills across the United States, this nightmare continues. Animal Rescue Corps and I ask you to visit your local shelter or rescue when choosing your next animal companion. You will not only be saving a life, you will be helping put an end to this cruel industry. Please go to animalrescuecorps.org to learn more about ending puppy mills. Buttercup and I thank you.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back. We're so excited to let you know that our Bandit is a finalist for the American Hero Dog Award, and we want you to help us get the word out. Let's get him the rest of the way there. So, Arthur, tell us more about American Hero Dog Award. What do you know about it?
Well, Bandit was nominated as an ordinary dog who's become a hero.
Okay.
A hero in our minds, a hero as a rehab dog that couldn't walk and now walks, as a ordinary rescue dog who was trained for a female soldier and became a service dog. And you can go to, and all of our viewers can go to votefourbandit.com. That's votefourbandit.com.
Okay, so
well, it'll work either way, votefourbandit.com, and it tells you his whole story and gives you an opportunity to vote. And you can vote every day between now and June 6th for Bandit to become American Humane Association's Hero Dog of the Year.
Now, and I hear you can vote on every single email you have? Is that right?
You can vote from any email once a day from now to June 6th.
So your work email, your Yahoo email, and then I bet you have some junk
dog
emails.
email.
See, that things can go to.
Well, did you see Bandit last night up on the podium at the Dallas International Film Festival?
I heard that Bandit spoke right before the mayor.
He did. He got more votes.
Isn't that, well, you know, it's hard to run against a dog, you know, nothing against the mayor, but I mean, look at this face.
Yeah, well, he got up and he told a little bit about the film festival and why he loved your film, My Dog the Champion.
He's sweet
and My Dog the Champion's in Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart exclusive.
So it's a DVD or a Blu-ray at Walmart, and you can go out and get it today.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a few surprise people that are in the film. See, all of us, actually, 3 of us. But anyway, vote for Bandit if you find the time, and please encourage your friends to do so. Bandit has a great story, and it would just be so supportive and lovely for him, as he is the representative of American Dog Rescue.
And now to our rescue story of the week. This is the one that comes from Duck Team 6. JP is back to tell us more of the story of Murph, formerly known as Fitz. Can you give us some background on Fitz, Murph? Murph Fitz,
absolutely.
when you found him?
Oh, Fitz, and it's still hard for me not to call him Fitz. But
which does he respond to?
His name is Murphy.
Or Murphy. Murph.
Like,
Fitz.
Stage fright.
Who named him? Who named him, and how did it get changed?
I can't remember. I think we named him Fitzgerald, and his name Fitz stuck. But we found him dumped out in the Pleasant Grove area. Rekha, who's one of our board members, and you know, she's very active also in everything that we do and the rescue on the streets, was driving home from somewhere and saw him. And it's probably one of the most, to me, one of the pictures of him on the street is probably one of the most significant pictures we have that shows the story of a street dog. We assume he was abandoned or dumped. The area where he was found is known for abandoned animals. She picked him up. He was extremely underweight, wet. It had been raining. Took him to the vet. We got him checked out. His nose was swollen. He had an injury on his nose. His eyes had some infection. And he just turned out to be the sweetest guy since day one.
He is.
And he was adopted by Michelle and her husband, who adore him. And he's got 2 wonderful dog siblings and 2 wonderful sister human siblings. And he really hit the jackpot.
You can't believe this was a street dog.
Exactly. Yes. But I think you guys might have some photos that show him. And like I said, it was probably one of the most impactful photos that will show him on the street or hiding next to the bridge. You gonna take a nap?
See, I want to lay down. How is he now?
Yep. He's great. He runs around. He is a very active sniffer. He will sniff out all kinds of food from anywhere. I hear he likes to steal shoes and socks. But Michelle, his mama, says he's just probably one of the most wonderful dogs they've had.
How old do you think he is?
We think he's about 2 or 3. Just, given by age, we can kind of guesstimate where he came from, but it's just kind of, in the area, like I said, is known for people
Yeah.
abandoning dogs there.
Any clue on what mix he might be?
Well, we're thinking, we thought a Pyrenees Shepherdy type mix, just because of his, nice black and tan. He's just probably one of the most striking dogs I've seen, and just his personality fits. He's just a great overall dog.
What a great story, and
Yeah.
what a great example of what you can have in your home.
It's amazing. And,
With
and
rescue.
Yep. And you want
Come
to go
on
say
over,
hi?
just
You
come
want to go
say
say
hi.
I
hi,
want to say
Bandit?
hi.
Say hi,
And what you
Bandit.
can say from the street. I mean, this
Yeah.
dog has the most compassionate, kindest eyes.
Yep.
Just so sweet.
And so gentle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've been lucky. Like I said, we're up to over 500 dogs rescued, and we've only had one significant, let's say, behavior issue, and we caught a puppy, and I think her socialization period had passed. But there's some really good dogs out there. We just need to, bring out that awareness, and hopefully folks will take responsibility for the dogs and get them spayed, neutered, and vaccinated, and hopefully we can get that population down a little bit.
Hey, JP, I hate to do this to you. We've run out of time again.
That's okay.
It just seems like we never can enjoy the show for as long as we'd like to. Thanks to all of our special guests for being here today.
Absolutely. And if you want to learn more about For the Love of Dogs or American Dog Rescue, visit our website, americandogrescue.org. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
For all of us here at For the Love of Dogs, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.